It's a sunny summer day. Story time, bring your friends along. Story time, it's time to learn, there's more to gain. Story time, bring your friends along. Story time, learning fun with Granny. Story time, happy time, bring your friends along.
Welcome to Granny's Tales by Moonlight. Hope you learn a thing or two on this new episode. Story. Once upon a time.
There lived a wise king who wanted to know who had integrity in his village. He wanted to appoint someone he could trust to a very high position in the land. And so he decided to create a secret test for the villagers. He told his subordinate to boil some corn and give it to everyone and ask them to go and plant it and bring back a bountiful harvest. Whoever was able to bring the most harvest would become his elected one. And so the corn was given to everyone. A few months passed. The villagers realized that the corn given to them was not growing, and so some of them decided to purchase new corn and plant. While the time for harvest came, they harvested the corn, put it in bags, and took it to the king. But there was one person, Mr. Olu. Mr. Olu was a very good man. He decided to go to the king's palace without anything but the same corn that was given to him. As everyone presented a bountiful harvest to the king, Mr. Olu walked up to the king and said, "Your Majesty, may you live forever. I received this piece of corn about a few months ago, but I realized while I planted it that it never grew. And so I decided to bring it back." And so the king looked at everyone, as others were believing that they will be the elected one because they brought a bountiful harvest. The king stood up and gave honor to Mr. Olu. He spoke to the crowd and said, "I gave all of you cooked corn, and boiled corn does not grow. So none of you have integrity except for Mr. Olu here." And so he awarded Mr. Olu as the highest county leader, the leader of his village and his kingsmen. And so, what have we learned from this story, children? It's good to have integrity. It's good to be truthful, because deceit only brings trouble.